Hello. I'd like to welcome you to the last video and let you know that where we're at in the course. One of the things that I want to mention is I'll be grading everything this weekend, and basically by grading I mean making sure that you posted the appropriate number of times to Digo, to Twitter, to all the forums as instructed. That's important that you meet those requirements. The other thing that I'll do is check the depth of those posts, and from what I'm reading, they're fine. Um, I wanted to kind of go over the PLN and then kind of give you an example of what my PLN might look like or work like on a daily basis. The big piece in my PLN is right here, and that's Twitter. Didn't start out that way, but it took a while to get into Twitter, and once I did, it was very good. The second big piece for mine is Google Reader. Google Reader is where I get a lot of my information, and you'll notice the arrow, it shares out. It's real important if you want your PN to be valuable, and it seems weird, but the more you share out, the better it becomes. Digo, I used to be a Delicious guy, and now I'm a Digo guy. I use Digo probably on a daily basis for my own personal bookmarks, and I do have some groups that I share with and so forth. Classroom 2.0 and other NINGs, you know, they used to be a lot bigger for me. They're less now. I find more value in Twitter and more value in the communication in Twitter, better discussions and better interaction for me. May not be the same for everybody, but that's for me. So I don't use them as much. I do use them, but I don't use them as much. The up-and-comer in my PLN is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is kind of like Facebook, but on a professional level. I haven't added it to the course yet. I'm considering doing that soon and cutting back the NING assignment and making LinkedIn more valuable and adding it to. One of the things is that as I do this, I try to stay within a 2-hour course. If I keep adding, then all of a sudden we're at 3 hours. It used to be a 1-hour course, and now it's a 2-hour course. And if I add too much more, it could end up being a 3-hour course. So one of the things that we want to do is we have to pick and choose. My opinion, NING, Classroom 2.0, for example, is a great site. But for me, it's just not efficient enough to get the information that I want. So not as important. Blogging, I read some blogs via my Google Reader, of course, and I do write some of my own blogging. So those are my PLN. Yours may look different, and more likely it does, and it should. So let's just do a quick demo of what my PLN looks like, and I'm going to turn my camera off and let you watch my screen without my mug on it. So let's do that quick. And now we're going to go ahead and go to my email, obviously. Is email part of a PLN? You know, I've had that question brought up in the past. I think in a way sometimes it can be part of a PLN. It depends a lot on how you use it. Email could easily be part of a PLN, especially in the old days. And I say old days, but I still belong to them. The idea of listservs. So sometimes email could be considered. The Classroom 2.0 page. I'm still drawing. Hold on a second here. There we go. Get rid of that, and now we should be back to normal here. I'll get rid of that little squig. You know, this is a great program. It's called Ink2Go, by the way, if you're interested in what this is called. It's a program that allows you to record your screen, mark some things up. It costs about $20, but this is where I end up in trouble on Classroom 2.0. This is an article that I wrote, and these are all the comments that were written about it. They were all positive, but it was just very hard for me to go back in and keep things going, and I just don't use it like I probably should. Google Reader, obviously I just checked it. Here's a great tweet, and one of the great note here, Engadget will be broadcasting, and In fact, I think it's important enough to share out. And one of the things that I've done in Google Reader is in my Reader settings, I have tied it to, I put a send to Twitter, which is very nice for this reason. So if I'm in Reader, I read it, I like it, I can do send to Twitter. Since I'm already logged into Twitter, it comes up with this little window, and I hit tweet, and off it goes. I just tweeted that information out. I also star quite a few things in Google Reader to keep track of them over time. These are all things that I have starred, and I think they're important things that I found. As I click through to something, in other words, here's one that I have starred, but I actually want to go to that Daniel Pink website, so I'm going to go out there. And this is Daniel Pink's website. Maybe I want to bookmark that in Diigo. So I hit bookmark in my Diigo toolbar. More options. I can share to a group. PLN February 2012. That's you guys. I'm going to put power, habits, change, Daniel Pink for tags. And I'm going to hit save. And I did a Diigo bookmark. Okay. No, I don't want the book. Okay. Sometimes I don't send them to the group. And I also have, if you look at all my little Diigo sidebar here, you will see I was looking for infographic the other day. And if I look at my library, you can see I have one bookmarked for infographics, and these are all my bookmarks. If I take that search out of there and just go to my library, you'll see how many things that I actually have bookmarked in Diigo. So Diigo is important. Let's talk about my blog, #school.org. This is my own blog. I'm not a very good blogger. I don't blog enough, but I do have lots of looks at this blog, and I own the domain, and I write a few things once in a while. Okay, once in a great while. So feel free to read that at your own peril, because my writing leaves something to be desired, I think. So let's go to Twitter, and this is the interface. I rarely use this interface. I am a TweetDeck guy. Okay, this is my TweetDeck. This is everybody. These are mentions. This is our group. This is Iowa Ed Future Group. There's my wife's profile because I wanted to see what picture she had on there. I was trying to figure out what it is. I can show you. There's my wife. There's my son. There's puppy dog. If you look, I follow the Iowa legislature. I do Ed Chat, and these are my favorites, and these are my direct messages. And I also follow Poundland Alliance because I am an Iowa State basketball fan. So I follow all this on Twitter. Twitter, to me, is the key for sharing out. And you'll see right here's the tweet that I shared out. And you notice these shortened URLs. Let me show you a trick on that. If you don't already have a Bitly account or haven't looked at bit.ly, that would be a very nice site. And this will allow you to shorten the URLs. HTTP, www.cnn.com. That'll shorten them, but TweetDeck does it automatically. So if I take CNN.com and I make a tweet and I just put it down in here, let's say it's a link to something and it's real long, www.cnn.com, and this is where I write my tweet. Oh, I just sent that. Oh, I didn't plan to do that. Let's go ahead and since it's my tweet, I can delete it. So I pulled it out of there. But this will automatically shorten if you have a long URL, it will automatically shorten it. So that is how I operate, and most of it is through Twitter. And what I'll do is every so often I'll roll down through here and just start looking for stuff. Use Classwork Connect to flip your classroom. Okay, I'm interested in that because I do flip a classroom. That may be something I'd go look at. I stroll down through. I follow a lot of people. So am I going to see them all? No, I'm not going to see them all. But I follow the hashtags that I feel are important. One of the hashtags that I took out that I need to put back in because I was looking for room for the demo is pound Iowa 121. That is one that I do follow, and that's right here. Okay, I've been retweeted in there. Poor Technology Leadership, that's one I tweeted out the other day, and this is Aaron Heyman, I believe. Let me see, I can view his profile. Yep, that's Aaron, and he's a friend of mine from Edco. So all of these, this is how I operate in Twitter. I operate via hashtags, and that's very important for you to get used to. You can do the same thing in the interface. If I go pound Iowa 121, just do a search, I'll get the same thing. It's just in TweetDeck I have them all out in front of me. Okay, so anyway, I hope you have the idea of a PLN, and I want you to enjoy yourself, and I hope it's added to your professional life, because that's the goal, because it is to maybe make life easier or make you more informed. Sometimes it seems like it's overwhelming, but I've enjoyed having you in class. You've done a good job. Just make sure you've got everything turned in so that we don't have to do a lot of chasing this weekend, and I will have things graded and done early in the week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.